into their own hands. A group of them from 14 SADC member countries will gather for a dialogue in Johannesburg tomorrow. This is after the African Union's Agenda 2063 vision, which encourages people to actively participate in building a better Africa they want to see in the next 50 years. So to tell us more, we're joined by two of the young people that will be participating, Robert Ndlela from South Africa and Sophie Laue from the Seychelles. Together with the others, they call themselves Why Africa. So nice to meet both of you. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Leanne.
It's an absolute pleasure. Sophie, I hope I got your surname right. Is it, how do I say it properly?
Laue.
Laue.
Yes.
Laue. Okay, I got it. Thank you very, very much. Nice to welcome you here to South Africa from the Seychelles.
So it's my pleasure.
Good. All right, so talk about this network. How did it all come about? Do you want to take this one?
Yes. Well, and I must say that young people, let me say young leaders from the rest of Southern African region, they have converged. As we speak, they are here, as you have correctly said, from all 14 SADC member states. These are young leaders. They come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Some of them are in business, professionals, but some of them also are coming from the civil society organizations. So we're here for a period of about a month now. So what happened is that after attending this YALI, it's a Young African Leaders Initiative, of which it's a very powerful platform, but we said we can't just end it here. Because now, this is our last week here, okay? Yeah. We have to go back to our respective countries.
Yeah.
But we said never. Because what we need to do now as these young leaders, we must have a common goal, a common vision. Yeah. What is most interesting then is the fact that African Union already has this Agenda 2063. So we said as young people from the region, because we understand it very clearly that they say for us to achieve the goal of this Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, the pillars or the cornerstone of that is the program of regional integration.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Hence then tomorrow we are going to deal with this particular matter of the regional integration.
Let's talk about some issues that affect the youth, but obviously in different countries you have different problems and different concerns. Let's look at the Seychelles, for example. What are some of the issues that face the youth in the Seychelles?
Well, there's a huge amount of drugs, which is completely wiping out our young generations. There's a matter of just like many of opportunities, equal access, which we do get, but like people are just not motivated anymore to be searching. We've got young generations who are coming up and we have a social dynamic going on where many are being left behind because of bad influences, which all stem pretty much from drugs.
Yeah. So that's a big problem that you're finding in the Seychelles is drugs.
Yes.
Okay.
We actually need our youth to be more proactive. We need them engaging in our communities. We need them part of our future because we have a lack of educated young people.
Yeah.
We have so much potential to grow.
We certainly do. I mean, in fact, I was speaking to somebody over the weekend who was telling me about the drug problem in Mauritius as well amongst the youth. And that's, again, another African country here in South Africa.
Absolutely.
I mean, that we know is a very, very big problem. And that's just one of many. Absolutely.
That is very true.
So how does your dialogue, how does it work? What are some of the people that will be there and how does it actually work and talk about these challenges that are being brought up by the youth?
Yes, Len. What we've decided to do, we've decided to invite different stakeholders. Because what we are saying is, fortunately enough now, we are under one roof. So, because the most important part in our view is the involvement of young people. We say as much as there is quite a number of challenges, but where are young people? So now, that is step number one. Already young people are here. So now, we've said to our leadership at different levels, not only those who are from South Africa, but leaders across the region. We said to them, look, young people are here. So what do we do? Because as young people, we are aware of what is going on, be it within the policy framework and the implementation level, but we are saying now we need to get involved.
Yeah.
So now basically what we'll be doing then tomorrow, Leanne, we'll be trying to locate our space as young people within the framework, within the space of policy formulation, because we do believe that as we're here, we need to deal with issues of policies. Mind you, and here we're talking about SADC, or Southern Africa as a region. This is not just a one country. These 14 different member states, they have their different policies. As much as we might be suffering from similar problems like the issue of drugs, the issue of drought, the issue of diminishing level of food security, those are among many other challenges we're facing. But what we seek to do then now, we're saying, here we are, how do we come up with solutions? Of course, then, using Agenda 2063 as our main goal, because that's where our eyes are glued. Because when you look at it, it says it all in terms of the challenges we're facing and everything else. So basically, in a nutshell, what we'll then be doing tomorrow, we have invited different stakeholders, like representatives of the government of South Africa will be there, some representatives from Seychelles, we have representatives from your Pan-African Parliament and more other incredible institutions. They will be there.
And they'll be hearing the concerns of the youth and the things you bring up.
Absolutely.
I just want to ask Sophie as well. Agenda 2063, talking about an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa. As a member of the youth and being from the youth, what does that mean to you? Does that help the problems that you're seeing the youth suffer in your country? I mean, if you see this integrated Africa, will it help? And how will it help?
It's, I guess, a matter of exposure. In my opinion, for sure, it will help.
Okay.
Because what happens is, as youth, we're stuck in our immediate environment. We're young. You are older than us. You have more experience. You've had more exposure. And one way of grasping and understanding of each other, of ourselves, and how to be more effective within our communities is understanding the challenges which happen in other countries.
Yeah.
Like, we've all been brought into this one environment, in this congregation, and we have seen and appreciated different mind frames and different mindsets. Having that openness to embrace Africa and Africanism is essential, because I don't think we can do it alone.
Indeed.
We need technical assistance, we need plans, we need a direction. And as a small country, we can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And belonging to something bigger than ourselves is nurturing.
It's a wonderful way of looking at it, and thank you for opening up my eyes to seeing something like that in their ways. And I mean, I can imagine that this is what's been going on the whole time. But just finally wrap it up for us tomorrow. It's all taking place. As you say, lots of representatives from the different governments. You've got 14 different youth that have been assembled together to talk. What happens then? So you talk, and then?
Well, that is very interesting. Hence, what we'll be doing tomorrow, apart from the actual dialogue, we'll be officially launching this new youth movement called Why Africa.
Okay.
Sophie, as she's going back to Seychelles, she will be spreading that gospel to say, look now, we belong somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, and what we're going to do, we're going to engage our leaders. Because we're saying to them, when you talk about Agenda 2063, Leanne, we want to be very clear on this one. There is nothing about us without us. We're saying, here we are. We appreciate the efforts that our leaders are making. But now we're saying we want to get involved. So basically tomorrow, Leanne, we'll be officially launching ourselves as Why Africa moving forward.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and we leave it to you to take this continent forward. You know that this is yours, so you have to make and perhaps do a better job than the previous generation has done, and that's why we leave it to Why Africa. Youth Africa, it's the 2063 vision, the African Union's agenda, and the youth are taking this forward. Robert, thank you, from South Africa. He's also one of the participants, and Sophie as well, Why Africa participant from the Seychelles. Thank you both for being with us here in studio.
Thank you so much, Ian.
All right, Palesa, what have you got for us? Actually, I think you're going to tell us more about that competition I announced a bit earlier.
Yes, certainly, Leanne, I am doing that, because earlier we discussed the 8th annual Kwamagogo Legacy event, which will take place in Switzerland. Let's have a look at that interview again, which Leanne conducted earlier.